Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. I'm so glad that you have found me. Make sure that if you're on YouTube that you subscribe. Just make sure you subscribe right down here. And if you're on my Facebook group, just give StreamYard permission in order to so that I know who might be joining me. Anyways, that's just all part of it. Oh my goodness. So this today is my weekly card sketch. This is card sketch number 141. This is pre-recorded, but I will be watching this as I am away with my granddaughter's cheer competition. So, but I always want to make sure that I get my card sketch done for you. Don't forget to also enter, go to the Facebook group, the Stamping with Diane Stampers group, and enter your card using this particular card sketch. And then that way, what I can do is I will do a random draw. If you live in Canada, it would be for a stamp set or product. And if you're outside, it would be for a tutorial. In any event, here is the card sketch. It's a landscape card. I guess it could be as a portrait card, but I'm doing it as a landscape card. This is probably going to be one of my last type of Valentine cards that I'm going to do, but this does not necessarily have to be a Valentine's card. But I am using the Country Bouquet stamp set and the punch. I love any kind of a stamp set that comes with a punch. Makes it so much easier for doing that sort of stuff. But this does not just have to be for Valentine's Day. The way that I'm going to be making this card, it's going to be whatever you want to put on it. And also just a little bit of a heads up, this was also part of, it was a card swap that I was in. So just a bit of a different sort of type thing in there. So let's go ahead and get going on this. So like I say, the measurements are here. This is landscape. I've got this where this is a regular card base. And then these two pieces here are 1 by 4 inch. And then there's also this piece here is 2 3/4 by 4. But you know what? I think what I'll do is I'll turn around and I'll just show you how this card works. And then you'll see that it's not just an ordinary flat card. So I've got it, like I say, 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. Fold into the mountain, and I'm just going ahead and getting a really good fold on this particular. Now this is Sweet Sorbet, and what I'm going to do is I'm bringing in my trimmer. I love these kind of cards that you can turn around and do a little bit different things on there. So this is going to go, I'm going to go at 1 1/4 over, and I'm going to line these grooves up here with the score line, and I'm just going to cut down. And then I can also move this back over to the 1 1/4 up here, and then I'm going to cut from the score line down. So this, we could do this into 2 different types of cards. However, I'm just going to go ahead and just make this so that it's flat. It's just going to be a tiny bit different type of a card here. So I'm going to go and let's just put this on with my glue. I'm going to attach this to the base. You know, this Sweet Sorbet is sure growing on me. This is one of those colors that we know that is not retiring, so we at least still have that available. So all I'm doing is I'm taking those 2 edges down and I'm just putting them down here. And then this piece will just flap up, and that's where everything's going to be. Now I've got all these other ones cut, and we'll do that, and then we'll do all the stamping. Normally I would do, you know what, let's do the stamping first. So what I want to do is I want to have, got some spare pieces over here of white. Whoops. Oh my goodness. Don't know what happened here. All right. Have the white out here. Here we go. Oops. These are all our extra pieces, so I don't want to lose those. So let me just actually put those back into this thing here. Now, on here, we know that there is this punch here. And so I want to punch, I want some sweet sorbet hearts, and I also want some petal pink, because the petal pink, the designer series paper that I'm actually using from the Country Floral is this one. So that's why I'm using that petal pink on there. Let's go ahead and get that stamped. Now I didn't line up my leaves on here. I'll just cut them out separately. So I'm just going to, let's punch this first. Now I like this because it's kind of a distinctive stamp. It sometimes stamps heavier in some spots and not so heavy on other ones. Now let's go ahead and we're just going to clean that. And then we're going to use the sweet sorbet. And we're just going to stamp that right like that. Now, this is a photopolymer stamp set, so you should always stamp it with a paper piercing mat. I happen to have, I have my grid paper pad here, so that's going to work as part of my padding for the photopolymer. Find that just works better for me when I'm doing videos. But anyways, okay, so I'm just going to punch these out as well. The other day you saw me struggle when I had, I was using the thick basic white. So I have those hearts there. Now, those went and cut out leaves, but I'm going in with my stamp set. I'm going to grab my leaves and we'll put that onto a block. And we're going to stamp this up this way because that's the way that the punch goes. So I'm going to use my mint macaron. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm using an old style stamp pad. And the reason being for that was I was not careful when I re-inked. And what happened was I used the wrong color on my stamp pad. So I was fortunate still to have this style. My other one, if I want a darker green, is fine. But I think I put soft succulent in it is what happened. And yeah. So we all know what happened. I changed the color of my ink pad. So I'm just very careful with it. Okay, so we've got our leaves. And honestly, we could have done another leaf, but I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, another thing that I want to do is I want to go and stamp the sentiment on here as well. So I have this. This is cut from the Stylish Shapes, and this is what's giving me this part down here. So I'm going to come in with my sweet sorbet again, and I am going to go just wanted to say. Like I say, I can use this for a lot of different things. I don't just have to use it for Valentine's card. Sure, it's going to have hearts, but it could be just wanted to say happy anniversary, because hearts and anniversary go very well together as well. Let's just go there. There we go. And I'm just cleaning these as we go because sometimes, well, they're stained now as it is. So we have that. All right, so I think we're ready to put this card together. So let's bring this stuff back out. Got all of our stuff. So this piece here happens to be 2 3/4 by 4. So it's going to go right on here. So like I say, I had made this for a card swap for last month. And I forgot I hadn't recorded it. So, and I knew that I was using this for a card sketch. I can't use this card until all the participants for the swap get them. So that's why it's a little late getting there. Now I also have these two pieces. These happen to be 3/4 by 3 3/4. And this is 1 inch by 4 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those on there. Love the other side of this country floral as well. This country floral paper is so pretty. Like I never would have thought of putting petal pink and the sweet sorbet together. And that's going to go on there. Now I went and I used my layering circles, and I have this. Whoops, I didn't put this part on. And you can kind of see in this particular this sketch that I kind of got this a little offside and this a little offside. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Because of this flipping up, I can go ahead and do that. It won't be it'll work quite well doing it that way. So I'm just going to actually go ahead and put this on as well. This is cut from the Stylish Shapes as well. This is the second largest, which happens to be about 2 5/8, and this scallop circle is about 2 7/8. That's going to go off that way, and then this is going to go off this way, is the thought process. All right, so now what I have is I have my hearts. So let's go ahead and we'll start putting those hearts on. So let's see. Do this, this, and this can go right in here. Now, if I want, I do have another heart in here. Let's see, maybe I could do it this way, this way. I'm just sort of putting these down and seeing how they're going to go. And then these leaves are going to go on here. So we'll kind of sort of picture that, how that's going to go. And then from there, I think this is wrong where I've got, I'm going to leave that one out. And I think we'll put another one in there. All right, I think that's kind of how it's going to go. Put this down here. Let's pop this heart up, dimensional. I think we can put that up a bit. And then this one, I got another leaf here. I don't. I thought maybe I had another leaf in this little pile of stuff, but I don't. All right, so then this is going to pop up here as well. So let's just put these leaves on there. You know, maybe I could do this like this and make this come out like a heart. Yeah, that'll work. Now, there appears to be a fair amount of white space on here. But by putting in floral point or embellishments, I'm going to kind of fill in some of this white space that's on here. Or there's something else that I could have done is these have little tiny hearts on here. So I could possibly go in And let's see what they would look like stamped on there. It's kind of a second thought. There we go. And then, yeah, that'll work. All right, so this is going to go off to this side here. And like I say, this is going to go off here. And I'm going to go ahead and put this part on with dimensionals, but not this because it's already popped up with the hearts that are there. So this is just going to go like this. And then I can go ahead and glue this part on there. Just like that. And then I also have a piece. Oh, you know what? I think I used the piece that was supposed to go on the inside of that card. I did. Okay, well, that's no problem. I can turn around and I can cut that piece. And that piece happens to be 2 3/4 by 4 inches. So I did use that. I'm sure you guys were sitting there telling me that I was doing that wrong. So 2 3/4 by 4 inches. That's the reason why I usually always have spare paper and my trimmer close by. So it's just going to come up here. Now what I want to do is put a heart down here. Let's see. Okay. Let's put that on there. And on here, this is where you can say what you want to say to whoever you're giving it to. Just wanted to say, I love you. Just wanted to say happy anniversary. That sort of stuff. Okay, so this is just going to go here. We're going to just put that kind of on the inside there and just like that. Yep, that'll work. And it's going to be flat. I want to make sure it's within this part here. So you don't see that from the front, but then we're also going to put this petal pink heart on there as well. Just like so. There, and that'll make sure that that doesn't show there. Then, like I say, I then have, you know, it's kind of funny. I don't know if that even would be, could go like that. We'll see. Now, I have these soft pastel sequins, and I'm going to go in with my, let's go ahead and put those on here. That. I might even just leave that on there. That might look okay. And then this can go right here. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad on there. I'm going to go ahead and leave that on there. Now, if I have the smaller ones, which they do come in smaller ones, I could actually put 5 on this particular one. And I don't see them here. Let me just see if they're right down here. Yeah, got them. I'll use the smaller ones here. Let's go ahead and do that. I could have put the pink ones on there. They would have looked okay as well. And let's do here. And you know what? I am going to put that flower on there. I mean, that was not even part of the plan there either. So there we go. So we used the sequence, the back sequence. So like I say, this is pre-recorded. So just in case I'm not answering you, I will try to go on and comment on all the things. Make sure that you do enter this. This is card sketch number 141 or 142. And by now, the winners of the last challenge should have been posted. And I hope you like that. Like I say, that could be for any kind of an occasion as well. All right, so let's see. I'm just going to pop up here. I won't be going live on Monday at 11 o'clock like I usually do because I'm on my way back from the cheer competition. So we will see you back on Tuesday at 4:30 Pacific time for my technique. And I wish all of you a great weekend. No sip and stamp tonight either. We will see you on Tuesday. Bye for now.